Hello everybody and welcome to another Channel 8 sports presentation. Tonight from East Brunswick High School Gymnasium, it is state tournament basketball as East Brunswick meets Bridgewater Raritan in a Central Jersey Group 4 final. Hi, I'm Jimmy Allinder, being joined by Phil Hill. And Phil, you know, when it comes to state tournament basketball, it's one game and you're out. I don't know. I think the teams take a little bit different approach to the game.
I think they take a different approach too. It's you leave it all out there. As an example, I talked to Reggie Carney about the fact that Old Bridge played this Bridgewater Raritan team, and they played a zone, and it was very effective. I said, "Are you going to play a zone, Reggie?" He says, "No, we're going to play what we play best. Is pressing man-to-man." So when you get to the state finals, you don't want to get cute about anything. You want to be able to do what you do best.
Okay, now this Bridgewater Raritan team is 20-2, so they obviously have some quality players. Did you get to talk to the coach?
I got to talk to Tony Maglione, and I'll tell you, he has a quality team, as you say, 20-2. They are also the Somerset County champs. So we'll be interested to see how the runner-ups in the Middlesex County fare against the Somerset County champs. People always like to see the cross-county games, and I think we're going to find out something about Middlesex County basketball, just how very good it is tonight.
Okay, and let's talk about East Brunswick very briefly. They're coming off the loss, obviously, to Piscataway in the tournament, but they bounced back real nice in their opening win over Freehold Township.
Tremendously well, 68-35 over Freehold Township, and the Bears are loose. The Bears are loose. Reggie Carney, believe it or not, wants another shot at Piscataway. He doesn't hide the fact. He thinks in a one-game situation, everything can happen. He admitted that in the counties, the ball just was not falling for them, but he still believes in his team, and he wants another shot, hopefully at the Chiefs. And let's face it, the Bears have only lost to two teams all year. To put things in perspective, Red Bank Catholic and Piscataway. And Piscataway, I said before, may very well be the very best team in the state of New Jersey.
All right, so it's going to be an exciting game. Two quality clubs here. Bridgewater Raritan 20-2 versus East Brunswick 22-4. At stake is probably another shot at Piscataway if they can get by West Windsor. So we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back with the action in just a moment. We are back at East Brunswick High School Gymnasium, where East Brunswick is about to continue its battle in the state tournament, facing a team of Bridgewater Raritan. I don't know if they've ever met before. Have they, Phil?
I don't know if they have, Jim. It should be an interesting battle. As I said, cross-county game, and you see the players shaking hands for the Panthers. You have Melissa Delgard, number 44, Ebony Krieger, 45, Jessica Cobe, number 11, Lee Barrett, number 21, and Dorcas Miller, number 22.
Okay, and East Brunswick, its usual starting lineup of Jessica Olszewski. I promise I'll pronounce that right all night. Gio Oriole jumping at center. That's Stephanie Little, number 10. Megan O'Neill, number 25. And we mentioned Jill Kenny, the defensive specialist, who can also shoot. So we're underway with East Brunswick with the ball. And let's see how comfortable the teams are.
Oh.
Well, Stephanie Little is certainly comfortable.
She starts out with a 3, Jim.
Boy, she has been something, hasn't she?
She was tough in the first quarter in the quarterfinals against Freehold Township with 8 points in the first quarter, and she starts off here.
So East Brunswick jumps out to a 3-0 lead. Olszewski steps on the line as she attempted to save that.
Okay, good defense by Jessie, however, Jim.
Right, and it'd be interesting to look at the matchups of these two teams. Who are the big scorers for Bridgewater?
They have a couple big scorers. You're talking about Delgard.
All right. And number 44, Delgard just scored, Phil.
Okay.
So it is 3-2, East Brunswick. And we'll watch her. She seems to be the tallest player on the court. Lob pass to Oriole, back out to Kenny, over to Olszewski. Long one, won't go, however. Little, though, with a nice rebound.
Oh.
Tries to go reverse, but it's blocked.
I'll tell you, good block by Delgard.
Okay. 3-2 East Brunswick. This is number 22, Miller. Air ball, won't go. And O'Neill down with the rebound. Here comes East Brunswick. They're going to push it. Little to the middle. Back outside to Kenny. Had a clear shot, wouldn't take it, however. O'Neill, drop pass to Oriole, over the top of the rim.
Okay. And that's Cobe with the rebound. Stephanie Little on Miller.
Okay. Number 21 is Barrett. Dilgard, she stepped. She took too many steps. And so with 6:26 left to go in the first period, is still 3-2 East Brunswick. A couple of turnovers in the early part of this game. And Phil, I reiterate that Stephanie Little has really stepped up her game.
If you're Reggie Carney, you got to be very pleased knowing she's coming back next year. She's going to be quite a leader, Jim.
Right. Oshesky is to the right side. O'Neal, she can hit that 3 too.
Oh, mercy.
There it is.
I'll tell you, Megan O'Neal coming off a 16-point effort in the quarterfinals and showing a good touch there.
And East Brunswick is up 6-2. Steal by Oriole. Here comes the Bears. O'Neal is in the middle. Oshesky fakes it, then comes up with a short one. Off the rim, won't go.
And Dilgard with the rebound, gets it down court.
Well, they had a breakout. This is Kolb with it. Almost stolen.
And there's the Bears with their patent pressure, Jim.
Right. Krieger. That's Krieger. And taken away.
I'll tell you.
And a tie-up.
You got 3 Bears on the floor, Jim, and anytime that happens, you gotta like to see it no matter who gets the possession.
You know, Phil, as much as East Brunswick has probably been scouted by Bridgewater or Raritan, I don't think Bridgewater has seen a team with this type of defensive intensity.
Well, they haven't seen a team with this type of defensivity, but they did play Piscataway. Jim only lost to Piscataway by 3 points in the Christmas tournament.
Okay.
So they can play tough ball.
Well, a shot over the top did not go.
And the foul is on Kolb.
All right, she picks up her first. So East Brunswick off to the fast start here, 6-2. 2 3-point shots by Megan O'Neal and Stephanie Little. O'Neal, just a sophomore.
Oh,
boy, left alone is O'Neal. Excuse me, Oriole. Oh,
and she lost it. I tell you, Megan O'Neal with a good look, and I think Gio Oriole was too wide open, Jim.
Right, too wide open.
And full court pressure by the Bears.
Dilgard gets it up. 22, Miller.
And good hand by O'Neal. I'll tell you, O'Neal's been playing some of the finest ball of the year in the state tournament, Jim.
Piscataway inbounds. Dilgard has it. Nice lob pass inside.
I tell you.
But they don't make it. That was Miller who had an easy shot, and maybe she had too much room. Kenny, bounce pass to Little, has the position inside. Won't go, however. Down with the ball comes Bridgewater.
And I'll tell you, big rebound there. That's Barrett with the rebound.
Miller. Kolb. They have good movement, Bridgewater does.
You don't win 20 games without it, Jim.
What do we got here?
And we got a trap.
Steps.
And I'll tell you right away, the Bears' defense is really taking its toll. Old Bridge played the Panthers using a diamond and 2 zone. As Reggie pointed out, he's going to go right to the man-to-man and hassle the Panthers, and that's just what they're doing, forcing turnovers.
All right. Official had a short conversation with Reggie Carney. I don't know what that was about. Jill Kenny with it. Oshesky pass inside, tipped away.
Okay.
East Brunswick has to be selective with that inside pass.
Well, they got to take care of the ball, Jim.
Dilgard from way out. That's going to be short. Strong rebound. Oshesky boxed out well. Little to the right side. O'Neal. Sides not to. Oshesky's open for a 3-pointer.
Ooh.
A little long on it.
No arch on it.
Yeah. She rushed it, and I think she's going to go out for a second.
I'll tell you, Krieger with a nice, strong rebound. Miller on the drive and just throws it up and draws the foul.
Well, I don't know how they can call a blocking foul because, okay, they called it on Little because Kenny had good position.
Had good position, but Miller just reacting, knew that she had nowhere to go once she got up in the air and just threw the ball up and drew the foul. And we get our first timeout.
Okay, we're going to have a timeout here. So East Brunswick does have a 6-2 lead with 3:53 left. Timeout was called, and we'll listen to Reggie Carney as he speaks to his team.
Just listen. Jesse, why are you passing the ball inside when there's 4 girls on you in the paint? You take a jump shot. Now, you can't get so close to Jesse that there's only 2 feet between you. So you come up higher. Okay? All right now against the 3-2, just listen. We're running bear, but Celine and Gio remember that if they go wide and Jill can't get it to the wing, the ball side forward flash up towards the elbow. Now, continue the black press. We can switch back to man-to-man, but the big thing is keep pressuring them. You don't let her penetrate. You're doing a good job in playing smart on your kid. Everybody else look to deny. Keep running the ball. They don't have subs. Keep running the ball. Come on, great job. Come on.
So observation there is that they're going to run them as hard as they can, and maybe the real payoff is going to be later in this game.
You might be right. He pointed out that they're not very deep, Jim.
Right.
And he's going to try to make them fatigued by that fourth quarter.
All right, Cole will inbound it for Bridgewater. Passes to Dilgard, and she gets the basket. She's a good player.
She is.
Yep, and the score is 6-4. East Brunswick still on top. But they need to get some good looks here on this side of the court. Kenny will not shoot. O'Neal. They adjust well, the Panthers do. So it's a good rotation. Kenny into the middle. Oriole inside.
Oh, wow.
And she was tripped.
Tripped, Jim.
Okay. She's okay. And I guess that's a shooting foul. She was going to the hoop.
And Jim, I don't think we can say enough about Gio Oriole, the captain, along with Jill Kinney here, and she's had a fine senior year, Jim. And she would like nothing better to go out with a state championship. But Gio, 10 rebounds and 10 rebounds, 4 assists in the quarterfinals, and just has been a fine leader this year.
And that one bounces through. Score 7-4. East Brunswick in front. Ball bounces off, however, Little with a nice rebound. Celine Hagan in the game, a little high on the pass. So Piscataway will inbound. Pressure by East Brunswick. Dilgard gets it to Miller. Miller still with it. Pass to the outside, that's 21. Barrett. Dilgard.
Oh, little
we
pick
have here?
there. We had a pick there, Jim, and the
Block
official
and
right
foul.
on top of it.
Okay. So that's an offensive foul. Cole picks up her second foul. We'll have to watch that. There's still 3 minutes to go in the first period, and already a starter picks up a foul.
13.
And you hear Reggie Carney yelling out 13, 13. Oh, wow.
Here comes the traveling calls again. Bill, we've been watching too much television, you know?
I think so.
Really, I mean, the college professionals have more liberties when it comes to walking, but they really toe the line here in high school basketball.
That's for sure. And Miller, good ball handler, over to Krieger.
Dilgard, she's outside, gets the ball to Kolb. And it looks like Dilgard's the go-to person here. They always look for her. Miller inside, lifts it up, gets her own rebound, tries to go up again, and they call a foul. And I believe Celine Hagan's going to be charged with that. And not a shooting foul, which is sort of interesting, because she did go up with it.
That she did.
Yeah. Dilgard. Nice pass inside, however, they kick it out. Way out there, that's an NBA three. Won't go. Hagan down with the rebound. Here's Little in the middle. O'Neal. Oriole in the corner, off the rim. And they got a good shot.
They did get a good shot.
Yeah.
And rebound by Cope.
Right. Lee and Firestone will be coming in for East Brunswick. And they're just going to run them, and Carney is just going to substitute incessantly. Dilgard with another nice pass.
I'll tell you, and Cope puts it down.
Right, this time she hits. Score 7-6 in favor of East Brunswick. Little. Ball tapped away, so it's not a backcourt. Kenny. Little loses the ball. No. Went through her legs.
Tony Maglione screaming at the coach. He wanted a backcourt there. And the official right back in his face.
With a smile. All right. Again, more wholesale substitutions. You've got Lee in the game. Firestone. Oshesky comes back. Kohler is in. Except for Jesse, this is not the starting lineup. Firestone to Oshesky. Let's see how long this lasts. Lee, Oshesky, had a look. Yeah, she had the look. You heard Carney talk to her. There she is again. Doesn't want to take it, Phil.
I'm surprised.
Kohler, she had a shot as well. Carol Lee puts it up. Doesn't find anything but a rebound. Another rebound by Hagan. Won't go. Who has it?
And here comes the Panthers.
Okay, they come out of it. With the ball is Barrett. Miller.
Oh, a little too strong by Miller.
And all in all, that was not a good sequence for either team.
Miller pounding that ball, coming up court, looking at somebody out on the wing, and just a little too strong.
Yeah, 1:05 left to go in the first period. It's still 7-6 East Brunswick, but we haven't had much scoring here in the last couple of minutes. Firestone, she made a couple of big threes in the county tournament, if I remember. Firestone drives back to Oshesky. Takes a dribble.
She's double teaming, gets it back out.
Lee has an open shot if she wants it. Kohler, turnaround, hits.
Yes.
Stacy Kohler.
I'll tell you, Stacy coming up with a big basket there.
And that sophomore is also going to be an important player for East Brunswick in the future. 9-6 East Brunswick, 20 seconds.
And they still have the full court pressure, Jim. Firestone on Miller.
Right. Drives inside, puts it up and hits.
No basket
They call
traveling. And I tell you, Tony Maglione is beside himself. He can't believe it. And I tell you, a tough one.
Well, you can't be accused of home refereeing because these are state officials. Ball, battle for, and what do we got? Bridgewater comes up with it with 6 seconds. They have 6 seconds to do something. East Brunswick will apply the pressure. And do they know they have enough time? 3, 2, 1. She gets it off, but she's fouled.
Drew the foul.
And
I'll tell you, drew the foul with no time left.
Right, East Brunswick should have had the presence to know. I mean, she didn't get a good shot off at all.
And Dorcas Miller goes to the line, Jim, and she's just an outstanding athlete. Tony Maglione says she works very hard on both sides of the floor. At times, she has carried the team. Comes in this game averaging 13.5 points a game and 4 rebounds, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
All right, charged with that foul was Firestone. Picks up her first. That's the 3rd team foul. Both teams have 3 team fouls. Makes her first.
And Miller, a member of the All-Somerset County tournament team, Jim, as a sophomore. Rather impressive.
Hits them both. And that makes the score 9-8 at the end of the first quarter. Barney has pretty much said what he wants to say, so we won't listen in on him.
Okay.
But just your analysis of this first quarter, both teams are kind of tight, aren't they?
I don't think they're tight, Jim. I think they're just they're playing good ball here, both teams. The Panthers certainly aren't backing up, and the Bears are trying to take it to them, and it's a matter of wills.
Right.
As I said, you don't win 20 games, and no matter who you're playing, unless you know how to play basketball. And these girls for Somerset County know how to play basketball.
All right, East Brunswick is going to have to be a little bit more confident with shooting from the outside. Kenny has it and gets it to Little. O'Neal from way out. That maybe was a little too far out.
Okay, Megan's got to follow up.
Bridgewater in the corner. That's Barrett. Nope, she loses it.
And I'll tell you what, you know, the pressure the Bears are putting on the Panthers is obvious. when you think about a guard like Miller, only averages 2 turnovers a game in Somerset County, and here she has at least 4, Jim.
Right.
Tells you it's about the difference in the type of ball that's played.
Floor is really spread out now. Kenny with some room. That leaves Little open. O'Neal for a 3-point shot. Off the rim, but they get the rebound.
I'll tell you.
Kenny now. And
won't go, and a big rebound by Miller. And I tell you, Megan O'Neal, her father, Mike, would be the first to say, you got to follow up on your shots.
Dilgard passes it off to Miller. No call, and it was a good one.
And I'll tell you.
That's the way they need to officiate the game.
Well, I'll tell you again, Miller only averages 2 turnovers a game, Jim, in Somerset County for the year. And here, that's her 5th turnover here, so.
Sometimes because a player goes down on the floor doesn't necessarily mean a foul has to be called. And that was intelligent right there. Kenny. Little won't go. East Brunswick has not been sharp from the outside.
And good hands by Carol Lee, but I'm sorry, by Gio Oreo. However, the Panthers maintain control.
With a chance to take the lead. Do they have somebody to get it into?
And good pressure here. Nearly drawn the 5-second penalty. However, Panthers will take it out once again.
Deny on the inbound, deny!
Still can't get it in. Now they're trapped. They still have to get it across the line here.
Back to Miller, the ball handler, Little on her.
Dilgard. Hope. Pass inside.
Good hand by Oreo. Back to Krieger.
Won't go. Strong rebound.
Oh, Megan O'Neal, very strong rebound.
And East Brunswick has the numbers here if they want. Oshesky, too little. Ball movement by East Brunswick. This is Oshesky.
Oh, mercy.
There you go.
I'll tell you, that's when she looks like all world, Jim.
And she can be a streak shooter. That was a 3-pointer, so it's 12-8 East Brunswick. Bears with 3 3-pointers in this game. Long shot from the outside, won't go. That was Miller.
And Miller had to rush it just ever so slightly.
Oshesky. Good bounce pass to Jill Kenny. She's a little short, though.
Short there.
Yeah.
Jill Kenny's maybe a foot out of her range here.
Right.
Jill Kenny can hit that shot, but maybe a foot out of her range here.
Everybody deny! Pick up, Jill, knock it down! Maggie, get up on her!
Dilgard.
You gotta deny harder than that!
And they break it this time.
I'll tell you, they're doing a pretty nice job considering all the pressure the Bears are putting on them, Jim.
Dilgard inside. Barrett.
I'll tell you, excellent movement by the Panthers. They just can't hit anything right now, Jim. However, the Bears are only up by 4.
Really, except for those 3 3-pointers by East Brunswick, they've been rather cold from outside. They've had a lot of shots.
Reggie Carney yelling, circle, circle.
5:18 left to go in the second period. Still 12-8 East Brunswick.
I'll tell you, both teams playing good defense, Jim. Both teams.
Kenny to O'Neal. Pass outside. Stephanie hits. 2-pointer.
I'll tell you, Stephanie Little impresses each game you see her.
14-8 East Brunswick. Pressure on. Dilgard in a more of a ball-playing role. And she is again with the ball. Tries to go up, no room. There's the open shot for Barrett. Drives, won't go. Gets her own rebound. Good tie-up by Oshesky.
I'll tell you. And possession goes to
Looks like Bridgewater's going to get it.
the Panthers. And you got Celine Hagan coming in, and Katie Hamechko for the Panthers.
Okay. It's a new face. Hamechko.
Jim, that's 5 seconds. Jeez.
Well, gotta put the 1,000 in it, Phil. We got a whistle here. Firestone, I think they're gonna catch her with another foul.
Let's see. Gio Oreo.
Oreo, 32. Pardon me. Firestone isn't even in the game.
Just Orioles' first foul.
4th team foul for East Brunswick. They try to lob it close. Get the easy shot. Won't go hard off the board. That was Krieger with the shot.
Oh, and
stolen.
Dilgard.
Bridgewater once again. Dilgard thought about it. East Brunswick, tough defense. Miller denied. Inside, that could have been an offensive foul, and it was.
I'll tell you.
Excellent play. And so Ebony Krieger picks up her second personal
Jill
foul.
Kinney drawing the foul.
So with 3:56 left to go in the first half, it is 14-8 in favor of East Brunswick, and they'll try to extend that lead. Kenny Tuaszewski. Like to see her get a little bit more confidence.
And the Panthers in the 2-3 zone.
There she is by herself, takes it.
Ooh,
But she was fouled.
she'll shoot three,
That's a
Jim.
3-point shot, too. So she'll have 3 opportunities from the foul line.
And I'll tell you, Jessie Olszewski, Jim, despite not being spectacular down the stretch, she still is the leading scorer for this Bear team, Jim. And I think some people have said maybe too much has been placed on Olszewski. She only shoots 66% from the free throw line. But I think Jessie Olszewski will be probably the most outstanding basketball player to ever come out of East Brunswick.
Okay.
About time she graduates.
And by the way, Krieger picks up her 3rd foul, so she has to leave the game. Olszewski makes the first, makes the second. East Brunswick has now made the lead 16-8. And no hat trick.
Or a trifecta.
And the score continues to be 16-8 in favor of East Brunswick. Let's see how that 3rd foul on Krieger works out. What do we got? Another whistle.
Call underneath. A lot of action underneath, I tell you.
Offensive foul.
And the Bears get it. And Tony Maglione, once again, is saying, give me a break.
All right. Foul is on Homechko. Now Kolb is in the game, and she already has 2 fouls as well.
Well, they're not very deep, Jim, so you're not going to see them switch too much.
And East Brunswick can be a little bit more patient here. Kinney by herself. Oriole inside drives.
Oh, and she's blocked. I'll tell you. That's again Katie Homechko just coming in the game with the block.
O'Neal and Firestone in. Olszewski takes a rest, as will Kenny.
And they get a well-deserved hand, Jim.
So East Brunswick. Ball to O'Neal. She's going to take it. Hits.
Megan O'Neal, her second three-pointer of the night, Jim.
19-8. East Brunswick up by 11. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Hagan on top of Barrett. Boy, she's Gardner close. Nice pass inside.
Good move, I tell you. I'll tell you, that's Heritage. Aaron Heritage.
No, Kolb was the one that scored that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Kolb with that basket.
Firestone with it. Dribbles inside. Gets it to Oriole. Back outside a little. Cross court. Good movement here. Hagan with it. Nothing, but Oriole comes up with it. And if I remember correctly, East Brunswick should have it.
And I'll tell you, Gio Oriole smiling, tied up with Miller there. But wherever there's a loose ball, you'll find Gio Oriole. Just a tremendous rebounder, Jim.
Firestone. O'Neal. She has 2 3-pointers in this game. Little.
Okay. We've seen a lot of traveling calls thus far, Jim.
Kenny back in, Firestone out. This is Dilgard. Whoops. Thought she moved her foot on that one. Miller won't go off the board.
Strong. Kenny with the rebound.
Boy, East Brunswick's getting those rebounds.
Oh, down the little.
She's open.
Oh, mercy, mercy. One guard to the other guard.
21-10 East Brunswick. Minute 45. They're looking good now, Phil.
I'll tell you.
Miller to Dilgard. They're giving her room. Barrett looking for the inside. Nice pass off.
I'll tell you, good movement.
A little long on the basket, but they call a foul.
Mexico just couldn't get quite the handle on the ball. Otherwise, she would have put it down, Jim.
Right.
Nevertheless, she'll go to the line to shoot too.
I believe they're going to charge Stephanie with that. That's her second.
And this is a young team. Hamechko is just a sophomore herself, Jim.
Substitutions again. Kohler and Oshesky in. Little and Hagen go out.
Well, they're not a young team, but Hamechko is a sophomore. They got 4 seniors.
Okay.
Actually.
Oh, Mexico makes the first. And makes the score 21-11. And won't go on the second. However, tie up.
I'll tell you, Cope crashing the ball
Right.
boards nicely, Jim.
So Panthers will get the ball back. And this will be a set play. Watch for an inside, for the inside. Dilgard. Guarded by Oriole. Nice pass inside.
I'll tell you.
They're a very well-drilled team.
Well-drilled team without a doubt, Jim.
Right, so Barrett comes home with that. Makes the score 21-13. O'Neal left alone.
Oh.
Won't go, but Oriole, no, batted away.
And here come the Panthers.
A little long on the pass. But they recover. Back to Barrett. Outside to Miller. Hits.
Ooh.
That's a three-pointer.
And
That's
I'll
the
tell
first.
you, we have a game, Jim.
Right. Score 21-16. A little bit of a surge here now. And East Brunswick will slow it down. We have 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Oriole.
And that's a four.
No.
Oh, wow. I thought that'd be a forced out, Jim. Of course, it's got to be either a foul or she stepped out of bounds. They
Right.
call it for stepping out of bounds. And I'll tell you, the Panthers are back in this game with 30 seconds left.
Well, whoa, look at this one. You talk about
she's fouled.
You talk
What a
about a
big play.
turnaround, huh?
What a big play.
Wow.
I'll tell you, Gio Oriole coming up with the steal and the foul, Jim, and a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
And that foul was on who? Dilgard, her first. So instead of Piscataway, Bridgewater having a chance to narrow that lead, East Brunswick gets the two-pointer and an opportunity on this free throw to extend the lead, which Oriole does. And it makes the score 24-16.
Okay. Gio comes out for a rest while Carol Lee goes in. And still the Bears have the pressure on.
They inbound. Dilgard gets it. Guarded by Lee. "15 seconds. They try the give and the go. That's worked a couple of times. Oshesky, I think you're going to nail her.
Oshesky being a little too aggressive there.
Right.
Grabbed her on the wrist, and it's called out on the side. Only the 15th foul for the Bears.
Sixth now.
16th foul.
Next would be a one-on-one. 12 seconds left to go. And ball is tapped away. So wasted a second on that one, I think. East Brunswick trying to prevent that back door. Miller holds on to it. 5 seconds.
You gotta believe she's gonna take it herself, Jim.
Kenny, no, Dilgard from the foul line. Won't go, however. And that's going to do it. So at the end of the first half, it is East Brunswick 24, Bridgewater 16, a little bit of ebb and flow. East Brunswick came out.
But an excellent game, Jim. You
Right.
gotta like how the Bears are playing, but you gotta also like the spirit of the Panthers, who are just an excellent team. So the second half should be tremendously exciting.
Well, you definitely get the feeling that Bridgewater Raritan truly has the capability of coming back very quickly.
Again, Jim, you don't get 20-2 by just playing shuffleboard. These girls can play basketball, and the Bears are just playing exceptional basketball tonight, and that's the big difference.
All right, so it's everything we expected. This is, was a good first half. The score is 24 for East Brunswick, Bridgewater Raritan 16. Let's take a timeout for a moment. We'll be back with the second half action right after this. Hey, Phil, you live in this town. Who's that?
That's, I tell you, that's Superintendent Kopko.
John Kopko.
John Kopko with his wife there in the picture there. Notice that sweatshirt. I want one of those. There's bears on it. And
I already got mine. You didn't get yours?
I did get mine.
Oh, okay.
He's an avid fan, and you can see him at most games here, and he's certainly taken the state semifinals. I got a few scores, Jim.
Okay.
Okay, for
a rarity.
For the Panthers, we got Dalegarde with 4, Cope with 4, Barrett with 2, Miller with 5, and Hametsko with 1. For the Bears, we have Oriole with 4, Little with 7, O'Neill with 6, Oshesky with 5, and Kohler with 2.
And 4 3-pointers for East Brunswick to highlight that scoring. They're up to an 8-point margin, 24-16 as we begin action in the third period of the Central Jersey Group 4 semifinal. And Oshesky with it, O'Neill. East Brunswick would want to continue that strong perimeter shooting, and that won't go by Oriole.
Okay, nobody there for the offside rebound, Jim.
Miller, Kolb, being guarded closely by Kenny. Good job. Miller elects to take it, but we have a whistle before that. I think they're going to catch Megan O'Neill.
They called Megan. You hear Reggie saying Megan, and I tell you, Megan's just trying to play tough defense underneath, Jim, but the bodies are bumping.
O'Neill's first foul, team foul number 1 as well. So let's watch this Bridgewater team. They're a veteran group. Phil alluded to 4 seniors. Miller left alone for a 3-pointer. Won't go, however, and East Brunswick comes down with it.
Runs down the rebound.
O'Neill pushes it up to Oshesky. She drives inside. Back out, however, it's intercepted.
I'll tell you, Jessie should have took the shot. She was in there, Jim.
But East Brunswick, nice steal. And Phil, that's the resiliency of this East Brunswick team. They make a turnover, and they get it right back. Little left alone. That's a mistake.
2-pointer.
Stephanie.
9 points.
Right. She's a streak shooter, and we're up to 10-point margin for East Brunswick. It is 26-16.
And Oshesky.
Nice steal, goes reverse.
Oh, mercy.
But she's fouled.
She's fouled hard, and she's hurt, Jim. She's seriously hurt. That ankle, and this would be a tremendous blow to the Bears, Jim.
Right.
And I'll tell you, the place is quiet as you take a look down there. The prodigy, Jessie Oshesky, I've called her precocious, Jim, because that's exactly what she is. Just a freshman, and she stepped in with the varsity team here and is the leading scorer for this team here. A lot of talk about Jessie Oshesky, whether it's too much too soon as you see her dad come out on the court. But just an awfully nice young lady and a tremendous ball player, Jim. And
you see Phil Hostler in the white shirt surveys the situation. She was echoing a lot of pain there. Let's hope that it's not anything serious.
You really got to hope it's nothing serious, Jim. Right. But the way she grabbed it and the look on her face there, she's really hurt. And it appears to be an ankle, but we just don't know, Jim.
All right, Carney enters the picture now, and he will watch. Let's see. Now they're looking at the ankle, you say?
They appear to be holding that right ankle, I thought.
I don't know. Well, they got an ice bag out there, so it's some sort of sprain.
And she's been such an integral part of this team.
Hey, Phil, with the slow, we learned about a score earlier this evening?
We did learn about a score, a Piscataway victory over West Windsor, 64-44. Asia Jones scoring 21 points, and Lisa Guarneri scoring 22. So
winner of this game will meet Piscataway at Hightstown High.
I'll be there, Jim, if the Bears win, I'll tell you that.
Fourth time those two teams would play. I'll tell you what, black and yellow for the Chiefs have to be in East Brunswick's dreams, if not nightmares.
That's for sure. But right now, Jim, Jesse Olszewski, the 5'9.5" freshman guard, getting up, Jim, and this would be a terrible blow to the Bear team if she's seriously hurt.
Well, they have a chair out there, and they're going to drag her off that way.
I'll tell you, that's an ankle. And,
yeah. And they're not going to take any chance
chances
of her
whatsoever. And
right.
I tell you, you just got to feel for the young lady.
Well, not to take away from Jessica's injury. Firestone, by the way, is going to take the foul shots in her place. But how can the character of the game change as a result of her being out?
Jesse and Little are running guards there. They're a big part of the running game there, as is Jill Kenny. And you take Jessie out, she's a slasher. She just makes things happen. She'll come up with the big basket. And you can't really substitute that, Jim.
All right, Sue Firestone will go to the line, shooting 2, and does not make the first. So score remains 26-16. That foul was charged to Barrett, by the way. Makes the second, and the score now is 27-16 in favor of East Brunswick. The usual pressure by the Bears. And they use up their 5 seconds.
I'll tell you, that was bound to come, I tell you.
So a turnover.
Cobe looking for help and just waited a little bit too long. And it'd be interesting to see how the Bears react here, Jim.
Well, I think this is a veteran club, and I think they're going to react well. Veteran in the sense that they have a lot of playoff experience, tournament experience. Remember how interchangeable this lineup is. Little, and they're patient with it.
Again, just great defense by the Panthers.
Right. Stephanie Little. East Brunswick, as we have seen a lot.
2-3 zone.
They'll wait for a good shot.
2-3 zone, and they play it well.
Passing around the perimeter. O'Neal from long distance. Bang.
But when you play the zone, Jim, that's what can happen. And O'Neal loves playing against the zone. She has 3 threes, giving her 9 points.
And the biggest lead for East Brunswick. That looks like another turnover. 30-16 in favor of the Bears with 6:03 left. And Tony's going to call a timeout.
Tony Maglione's going to call a timeout. And Tony Maglione's been there a number of years. And
Be interesting to see how Carney talks to his team with Olszewski there. Okay, let's listen in. Patience and just move the ball. Now, beware. You beware. You come out, you catch the ball in the corner, they're trapping you. You catch the ball in the corner, they're doubling you in the corners right now. So again, all right, we need somebody to flash in low. We need the point guard to get right over to that wing, okay? If we can penetrate off the dribble and reverse it, great. Right now, again, just keep moving the basketball till we get a good look and then nail it down. Good job, come on. Come on,
plain and simple.
1, 2, 3.
Do not change anything. You know, I'll tell you what, Carney is just a great teacher. And if anybody who aspires to play basketball, that's just the way you coach a team.
I'll tell you, not only that, I had him on my show, Jim, and what he said is he believes in teaching the fundamentals and refining the fundamentals to the point that everything is second nature for you. And he's done a good job with this team.
So with the score 30-16 here in the third period, 6 minutes to go, East Brunswick can extend the lead. There's an easy shot. Won't go, however, by Oriole. Little with a strong rebound. Oriole back inside, goes up with it, but she's fouled. And they're going to call Barrett, I believe.
Barrett on the foul is correct, Jim.
So Oriole will go to the line. She is 2 for 2. I believe she's 2 for 2. Or is it 2 for 3? Well, whatever.
It's 2 for 2, Jim.
2 for 2.
And again, just a great senior year for the captain, Gio Oriole.
Hits it. And I'll tell you what, East Brunswick's starting to really extend this lead now. It's, as we had said before, it's not possible for Bridgewater to get back in this game. But I'll tell you what, as the score is now 32-16, they can't afford to wait too long. All right, the inbounds, Miller with the ball.
The Bears still with their pressure, Jim. Stay in the man-to-man.
Guarded by Stephanie. Dilgard, who hasn't seen too much action here as far as shooting the ball. Good denial there. Turnover.
And I'll tell you, Jim, you got to keep in mind that this team, this Panther team, is the 1997 conference champ and the Somerset County champs.
Okay, we're talking about the mid-state. Which conference are we talking about here?
Skyline Conference.
Okay, the Skyline Conference. All righty.
Used to be the mid-state.
That's right. Things have changed up there in Somerset
sure.
County.
And
Kenny, she puts it up. Oh, won't go. And they battle for it. And there's going to be a jump ball.
a jump ball, I tell you, tie it up, Jim. And you talk about East Brunswick being a large school, but you got to remember, this is a combined school of Bridgewater West and Bridgewater East, Jim.
Right.
To form Bridgewater Raritan, and they have a lot of kids there and a lot of talent.
All right. Good sports teams all the way around. Substitution. Komechko will go out. And into the game comes Krieger. She has 3 fouls. All right, now the Panthers with a decided height advantage here.
And
Good steal.
By Oriole.
Oriole, she takes it in hard.
Oh, she's hammered.
But she is fouled hard.
I'll tell you, and Reggie's got to be holding his breath with Oshetsky out and then seeing Oriole slam to the floor like that. But Gio bounces back up, and she'll go to the foul line to shoot 2 again. She's 4 for 4 from the foul line right now, Jim.
Philly, I tell you, you say that this team has played Piscataway close, but I just don't think they've seen pressure like this
They
all
haven't
season.
seen pressure. They played Piscataway early on in the Christmas tournament, Jim, where they lost only by 3 points. I think Asia Jones might have been in some foul trouble, but nevertheless, they played Piscataway closer than anyone except St. John Vianney.
Meanwhile, Oriole sinks 2 shots. She is 6 for 6 from the line, and that makes the score 34-16 in favor of East Brunswick. Their biggest lead, 18 points. We got 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd period, and that breaks the string.
I'll tell you, that's Barrett with a nice shot.
34-18, pressure. They try to trap Little, but she breaks it. Nice pass inside. Oriole thought about it. To O'Neal. Hagen, too little, short shot, hits it. Stephanie Little.
Excellent movement by the Bears.
36-18. Boy, that's deflating, you know.
I'll tell you.
Hard defense, and then they sink that. Miller goes up with it. Won't go. Dilgard with the rebound. They fight for it, and they give it to Bridgewater. And let's look for that fatigue factor that we were talking about, perhaps. Because we're getting into the late into the 3rd quarter. That one won't go. Stolen by Miller. They got the numbers here.
I'll tell you. Nice steal and nice move by Code.
Cole puts it up, and that makes it 36-20. Here comes the press. East Brunswick has a lot of experience of breaking this. O'Neal.
And Reggie wants the ball in Jill Kinney's hands.
They do, and they get it across. Again, the Bears are very adept at breaking the press. O'Neal. Kenny almost tapped away. And they could have called the backcourt here.
And the official saying it was touched by the Panthers.
Well, we saw different, didn't we? That's a break for the Bears. O'Neal, 3-point try. Won't go this time. And ball goes out off of East Brunswick. Carney decides to insert Kohler.
And Tony Maglione speaking to the official there, and I can tell you he's not satisfied.
Well, more substitutions for the Bears. Firestone back in.
And Kinney and Oriole out.
All right. Boy, Little really close. Inside. Miller was open for a minute. There she is now. That won't go.
And Miller's been rushing her shot.
And who are they going to call on this?
Most of the night.
I think they're going to catch Barrett on this, if I'm not mistaken.
21, right.
Right. And that's the 3rd foul on her. So the pressure, once again, I'll tell you what, these are going to be 2 tired clubs after this game. Good inbounds pass. That's Carol Lee, who's now in the game. They collapse on her. O'Neal to Lee. Boy, there's a long one by O'Neal. Oh, won't go. And Panthers want to push it up. Miller, she's had the ball a lot this quarter. Dilgard lofts one, won't go.
I'll tell you, from the NBA.
And Kohler comes down with it. Stolen. Who has it now?
Oh.
And we have a
I'll
scrum.
tell you, that's amazing how they hustle for that ball there, Jimmy. We had 4 heads come together. You had to hold your breath.
And East Brunswick arrow, so they get the ball. I keep on looking toward the locker room to see if Oshesky might come out.
Well, she won't be back in this
Right.
game.
Well, she's actually coming out, but she's coming out in a chair. She wants to see the rest of this game. Miller drives,
Oh,
and it goes.
Great move.
Got to keep her eye on her. If Bridgewater Raritan's going to come back, it'll have to be because of her. 36-22. There goes another errant pass.
Okay, a little carelessness on the Bears' part here. And Reggie's calling the timeout to settle the troops down again. He doesn't like what he's seeing right now.
Right, a little bit helter-skelter. All right, he's going to ponder the situation a moment, and then he's going to talk to his team. Let's listen in.
Just set up the press breaker. I don't know what we're dreaming up right there. It's not a press breaker. When you get down here again, the sideline's wide open. There's no reason for Susan to throw the ball in the middle on that. There's nothing open in the middle. Get it down the sideline and look to go. Now, that's their run, okay? That's their run. Right now, again, what? We're down to, all right, down to 14. Let's get another run going right now. Come on. Defense. 1, 2, 3, defense. Come on.
All righty.
Carney pointing out that basketball is often a game of runs, Jim, and he feels that the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers just had their run, and he wants to end it right now and wants to begin a run of his own. Right.
Well, they have wheeled Oshesky back out. She has a cast on her ankle.
A soft cast.
Right. Which tells me that she's going to be paying a visit to the doctor after this.
Has some tears in her eyes too. Yeah. I don't think it's from the pain of the injury. It's just the pain of not being in there.
All right, Miller, as she has, is bringing up this ball for Bridgewater. They'll look to develop the offense around her. Kenny guarding Kolb. Not too much room to work with. Miller, still guard.
And I tell you, the Panthers are going to have to put up some, Jim.
Good defense right here. Dillgard now hits it. And it's 36-25, down to 11. Just a moment ago, East Brunswick had an 18-point lead.
I'll tell you, Melissa Dillgard on the big basket.
Oriole drives to the hoop.
No foul, Jim.
Wow. Steal by Little, and she hits it.
Mercy,
big basket.
Stephanie Little as she's fouled, Jim. And ladies and gentlemen, take a good look at Stephanie Little. All during the county tournaments and certainly here in the state tournaments, Stephanie Little has been the most consistent player that the Bears have had. And if you're Reggie Carnan, you got to be smiling inside because you know you're going to have her back for another year. And when you think about the talent that he's got coming back and have someone like Little on the floor, they're going to be tough, Jim.
Oh, not only that. Boy, that was a big turnaround right there. Rebound by Kohler. Kenny almost comes up with it. Now here comes Miller. And tapped.
Oriole with the
Good steal by Oriole. And East Brunswick could slow it down right now. We're down to a minute and a half left. Kohler inside. Won't go.
And I tell you,
double team to
the Bears
Dillgard.
are just out quicking them, Jim, right now. The Bears' speed.
There's a 2-on-1, Phil.
Ooh, and Kohler hammered it.
Yes, indeed.
Ooh, mercy. Let's hope the young lady's okay.
Well, Tony Maglione is looking for a purposeful foul.
No, he can't do that. It's just a
flagrant, but they're not going to call
foul,
it.
But certainly not a flagrant,
no.
Not an intentional foul there.
And if it's a little bit of a payback, that might be in the cards as well.
No comment, Jim. And you'll have Kolb. No, you have Barrett go to the line. And Barrett really was the hero of the victory over Old Bridge. Coming up with, I believe, 16 big points, Jim.
All right, she has 4 right now. I'll tell you what, Stacy Kohler can play for my team. And makes the first.
Barrett makes the first, and Barrett just a tremendous hustler.
Second will not go. So it's 38-26, a minute 15 left to go in the third quarter. Kenny spreads it out a little bit. O'Neal, she was left alone for a moment. And they're going to call it traveling. Dragged her pivot foot, apparently. No, by and large, this has been a well-officiated game.
It has. It really has, Jim.
Miller gets around Little, pass inside, and drives to the hoop.
I'll tell you, nice move by
Kolb.
Or was that Barrett?
That was Barrett, you're right.
Okay.
38-28, East Brunswick up by 10. Kenny, bounce pass, won't go, however.
And I'll tell you, Little looking like a goalie for the soccer team as she took a dive there to try to keep that ball in bounds. And I don't know if you teach that, Jim.
Right. All right, Bridgewater with another opportunity to narrow this lead. Pass inside, won't go. O'Neal with it, bounce pass to Little.
Oh,
stuffed.
high.
But she on the rebound try, she gets it up and she was hacked. And I believe that foul is going to be on Kolb.
I'll tell you, she was pied so much there, Jim, she could have opened a bakery. Nice block. But nevertheless, she goes to the line to shoot two.
Give Stephanie a little credit for following up that block shot.
Just a tremendous player. Just really has come into her own this year.
All right, Kolb picks up her third foul. A little strong as Little. She'll have one more here, and doesn't make that as well.
Unusual.
So she's 0 for 3 from the foul line.
That's got to be a walk. She tried to call timeout, Jim, but as we learned in the county tournaments, anytime you hit that floor, you're going to be called for a walk.
With that team of officials, you are. Okay, 32 seconds left to go. O'Neal. East Brunswick not paying too much attention to the clock.
Oriole walked a little.
Yeah, they're going to catch O'Neal on the walk again.
I'll tell you, that's about the third time O'Neal's been called for a walk tonight, Jim. Officials are seeing something we're not.
Again, the score is 38-28 with 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. East Brunswick started out the second half with an 8-point lead, so they actually have a 2-point differential here. Stolen. Good tap there by Oriole. Back to Little. 7 seconds. 5, 4, pass inside, nice one, and they're going to get the foul. Excellent play.
Excellent movement.
Right. They did have a sense of what the time was on the clock. And let's see who picks up that foul. 21. That's Barrett. She picks up her fourth, if I read that correctly.
See Celine Hagan at the foul line all by herself. She's used to being by herself as a goalie for the soccer team, Jim, and she's going there to shoot two.
Makes the first.
As a goalie for the state championship soccer team.
And she hits the second. 2, what might turn out to be very big foul shots.
Very big foul shots, Jim.
End this third quarter with the score East Brunswick 40, Bridgewater 28. Let's listen to the strategy.
Yes. Keep denying, get another run going. Again, stay on the shoulder. They are getting tired. Reminder, when your girl gives the ball up, deny her the ball back. When your girl doesn't have the ball, deny her the ball. They are the 2 game winners. If they don't have the ball, they can't win a game. Everybody else, again, is not used to being in that situation. Down here, let's stop getting so confused against the 3-2 zone, right? Spread out. Let's have 4 people out. Gio's inside. Look to move the ball. Just look to move the ball. The big thing is, ready? We hold them to 10 and under. No matter what we do, the game's over. 10 and under. Let's go. Come on. Defense, one more time. All right, defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
That puts it very simple.
Yeah, he says
hold them to 10 points and we win the game.
Basically, he's talking about defense, which has been one of the reasons why the score is 40-28 right now, Jim, because of the Bears' defense.
Yeah. A note was passed to me asking about whether or not when East Brunswick and Piscataway will play. Quite frankly, I don't know. I would think it's going to be on Monday night, actually, when this game is aired.
Okay.
Strong rebound? No, they're going to call Oriole on the foul. Good rebound there by 45. Krieger. Couple of Panthers in foul trouble. Barrett has 4, Kolb has 3, and Krieger has 3.
Okay.
And they will inbounds. By the way, 17 fouls for Bridgewater. Dilgard won't fall, and Little comes up with a nice rebound.
And she's tied up by Dilgard, I tell you. Dilgard is tall as Little is on her knees.
Right. All right, let's watch this inbounds. Kenny. O'Neal gets across to Little. Pass inside to Hagan. Kenny. Bears patient. There's Little. Good, hits it.
3.
Three-pointer.
I'll tell you, I believe that's 12 points. It's either 12 or 14.
Wait a minute, I think it's more than that.
I think.
Nonetheless, it's 43-28. Bears up to a 15-point lead again. Barrett in the corner. Tapped and stolen away by O'Neal.
Just great defense again. Ooh, what a
16
pass.
points.
What a pass. Megan O'Neal from 3/4 of the court on the line drive to Gio Oreo.
And that makes the score 45-28. That could be a killer right there, Phil.
That could be it, Jim.
6:52 left in the game. Great sequence for East Brunswick. And that defense has paid off, but they've also scored some points.
That's for sure. Let's hear what Reggie has to say.
Reminder in blitz, be aware where the scorers are. Obviously, they're going to make a switch right now, so be aware. Now, let's just say again, ready? The kid passes all the way out here where there's no hope of doing anything. Don't trap that. Don't trap it. Leave it out there. Now, if they get it in deeper, let's say elbow extended, then trap that. You be aware, or Gio be aware, they're going to try and go back to the point guard. You might be able to steal one. They're not really sending a post player up to the elbow. So again, a good, tough blitz. Let's keep it going. It's working great right now. Now, down this end, keep your movement. Don't rush anything. No turnovers. They don't have the ball. They can't score. Take your time on offense. Make them come out after you. Defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense. Come on.
Phil, I have to admit, I haven't seen East Brunswick play as many games as you have, and you've been telling me that when they're on their game, they're an awesome team.
Well,
I'm seeing it now.
You're seeing it now. They're on their game, and they're playing as well as you could want them to play, Jim.
And this is, again, against the team that's 20-2.
That's right. Somerset County champs.
Long shot by Miller, and you can see why. She's a good player.
You can see why she's an all-tournament player.
Right, three-pointer, and that makes the score 45-30. East Brunswick not out of the woods yet.
That gives Miller 10 points, and
they call traveling again.
Boy, I tell you, they've called a lot of traveling on Megan O'Neal. And I guess if I were her, I would ask the official after the game, let me know what I'm doing.
Right. Well, she's obviously dragging her pivot foot in the eyes of the official. Dilgard, nice pass inside. However, they missed the opportunity.
Miller with the 3.
Miller again. Won't go. Good, strong rebound by O'Neal. She takes it herself. Kenny with it. Passed a little. She's been open for that shot. It won't go this time. But a good rebound by O'Neal.
O'Neal's playing a great game.
Kenny, size not.
O'Neal's playing a great game on the boards, I tell you.
Just about 6 minutes left to go in the game. East Brunswick holding on to that 45-30 lead. Ball in the hands of Stephanie Little. She leads the game in scoring with 16 points. O'Neal back to Kenny. East Brunswick being patient as they can afford to be. Ball tapped away.
Good job by Miller.
Right, Miller comes up with it. She's by herself, however.
And she's trapped, Jim.
And Kenny dives for it, and they call it off
mercy.
Miller.
And Tony Maglione just looks, he's really doing a job on that gum right now, Jim.
Tough turnover. The Panthers need points, and they need them fast. Again, East Brunswick should be playing a patient game here. Only taking the shot when they need to. O'Neal. She's surrounded. Oh, for traveling.
I'll tell you.
All right, I think Carney wants to talk about this.
I'll tell you, I'm looking for Mike O'Neal in the stands to see what's happening with him. Again, Megan O'Neal has to ask the official, tell me what I'm doing here. It doesn't seem like an ordinary travel, so we'll see. See what Carney has to say.
Your problem. She's hitting me. Like we're not the most hacking team in the world. Why are we not trying to score right now? You're stepping through and you are walking. Get rid of the ball quicker. When you make a pass, cut through. Freelance. If we need to run something, run motion with the slash cut. That's all. Stop panicking right now. Again, they are in scramble. In reality, what do you run against scramble? You run bear. Who's ever leaving you to jump the basketball, you've got to be open, get to the middle of the floor. Now, down this end, we're in man-to-man. Stop repping and put on a show right now. Let's go.
All right, that was a little inspirational
Okay,
talk.
showtime. And Reggie said, listen, I don't want to hear about the fact that they're hitting you. We hack people, so there's no reason to walk. Let's play ball.
All right, and he also said, let's not be too conservative on taking our shots. And the Bears were playing better when they were attempting to score.
That's for sure.
All right. Well, they're going to catch Kenny with a foul here. That's only the 4th team foul for East Brunswick. First for Jill.
14th foul for the Bears,
Right.
and 7th team foul for the Panthers. So the
Exactly.
Bears will be in 1-1 and on the next foul by the Panthers.
Bridgewater having difficulty inbounding. They trap. On the line,
wow.
It works.
I'll tell you, when it rains, it pours. Dilgard stepped out of bounds.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. Tony Maglione's going to have nightmares about this game. Kenny inside to Oriole. Back, too little.
Oh, wow.
Left alone. Maybe she needs somebody on her.
I'll tell you.
Well, they're going to call a foul, and that'll be 5th team foul for East Brunswick. Hagen is awarded that foul. And so the Panthers will try once again. Miller with it. What year is she? Is she a senior?
Miller's a senior.
Okay.
Fine ball handler, fine player.
Really is. Hits it.
And
Beautiful
she puts that
shot.
two up. 12 points for Miller.
And that makes it 45-32.
And Miller comes over a little aggressive and
Right.
creates the foul.
Commits a little
Calls
too
the foul.
much. And you mentioned, Phil, that East Brunswick's in a 1-on-1.
Excuse me on Miller.
Yeah.
Dorcas Miller is a sophomore.
Wow.
She's a sophomore.
Okay.
So she'll be back for a number of years.
That's a sophomore on the court?
That's a sophomore.
Good Lord.
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what, colleges ought to be looking at her right now.
That's for sure. A fine ball, just a sophomore, a fine ball handler, fine floor leader at that. And Stephanie Little with her 17th point of the night, Jim.
Right.
And she is the leading scorer.
Makes a score 46-32 in favor of East Brunswick. And she calmly steps up and hits the
18.
other.
I'll tell you,
Little takes a rest.
Little comes out, and Little's mother keeps the scorebook for the Bears. She doesn't have to add any extra points for Stephanie because Stephanie's been doing the job.
You're not insinuating anything,
No.
are you, Mr. Hill?
No,
Okay.
just, it's all in the family, that's all.
Okay. Well, it's 47-32. Back up to the 15-point margin. And time is definitely a factor for Bridgewater. 4:28 left to go. And we got to tie out
And
one more
again-
time.
Again, and as you see Ebony Krieger hold her face, it's almost been a nightmare that the Bears have been everywhere.
All right. Cross arms means what underneath? Play to Dilgard. They look for her. Miller. She's on the line. Yes, indeed. That was a correct call.
I'll tell you.
Just incessant, bothersome defense
I'll
by
tell
East
you,
Brunswick.
Bears up by 15 at this juncture. And you have a little pressure by the Panthers here now.
Well, East Brunswick taking its time, but it's
And it
stolen.
works. Cold.
Inside. Nice
I'll
shot
tell you,
there.
Ebony Krieger with a nice drive.
And that's just her first bucket of the game. 47-34, 13-point lead. Kenny gets it across. She's still with it. Lee, they're double team. O'Neal. Officials watching her feet. Nice inside. Won't go, however.
Dilgard with the rebound to Miller.
Miller, she's going to go to the hoop. Won't go. Rebound.
Krieger almost walked.
Dilgard, three-point try. Won't go either. And ball picked up by Oriole.
She was fouled, but they didn't call it.
She goes to the hoop.
Oh! And she's down again. I tell you, Gio Oriole's hit the floor too many times tonight, Jim.
Well,
she's a tough one.
Right. Well, Dilgard slapped the ball, but she also pounded her body right after.
Gio Oriole, the captain, a real tough player, a leader by example, Jim. Just a delightful young lady.
She sure is. Of course, we all know about her tragic story this year.
That's for sure.
Losing her mother during the season.
Very tough, Jim.
Yeah.
But anybody that knows is just a beautiful, delightful young lady. That's all you can say.
All right, that's the third foul on Dilgard. And rolls in and out.
And that's her first foul shot she's missed tonight, Jim.
That's right. And I know Carney wants her to make these shots. Points are important. Well, that one won't go either.
Oh, Krieger with the big rebound, and it's stolen by Hagen.
Yes, boy, they're diving for it.
Ooh, heads.
East Brunswick
Okay,
possession.
this is a physical game, Jim.
Well, this is state tournament, Phil.
And that's what this
Lose
is.
and you're out.
All out on the floor. You're right. And you got to give Gio Oriole a break. I got to believe Reggie Carney. He doesn't look like he's about to take her out.
So East Brunswick will inbound right in front of us. That's Megan O'Neill. Gets the ball to Gio Oriole. Kenny. This is Carol Lee.
Here's the back door. They missed it.
Well, East Brunswick with time on their side. O'Neill.
She walked.
No, they're going to call foul first, I believe.
Okay, she did take that step, Jim.
And Miller will be charged with that. That's her third.
And Megan O'Neill goes in line with 9 points. As I mentioned, she had 16 points, 11 rebounds in the quarterfinals. And I made mention that if in the half court and zone defenses, if you're going to play that against the Bears, Megan O'Neill's going to have a field day.
All right, that was the 10th team foul for Bridgewater, so it was an automatic two-shot foul. And O'Neill made the first. Second is in as well.
Okay, 11 points for O'Neill.
And 15-point margin, 49-34. 3 minutes left to go in the game. A workmanlike effort by East Brunswick. Stolen once again by Hagen, but they get it back. She was hammered. And there we go. I think East Brunswick got away with a foul on that one, Phil.
They may have.
Celine Hagen, you know, I'll tell you what, she's a soccer goalie. I have also seen her in a dance recital.
Is that right?
She dances with my daughter, and I'll tell you what, she's a versatile person.
A versatile athlete.
Yeah. Dilgard drives to the hoop. Nice move, but it won't go.
Kinney crashing the boards.
And goes off East Brunswick.
I'll tell you, Jill Kinney underneath with the Giants there, and the ball just rolled off her.
Get your hands up.
Bridgewater inbounds, tries to get it inside. There's nothing there. Miller, they gotta have to shoot. Hits. Good, tough basket by Kolb.
I'll tell you.
49-36, 2:30 left to go. Ball stolen one more time.
There's a foul. And I'll tell you.
The foul's on Little. It's a 16 foul for East Brunswick. It's foul number 3. Well, they say 4 now on Stephanie Little.
You got to marvel at the resiliency of these players, though, Jim.
Okay. We got to watch that, Phil. 4 fouls on Stephanie Little. And Bridgewater with a chance to bring this game to 10. Nope. Miller misses everything. Try to go for that 3-point play.
Well, they got to put them up, start putting them up about now, Jim.
Yeah,
they got to take some chances.
Kenny to O'Neill. Little. And they meet her halfway. Good bounce pass to Oriole, back out to O'Neill. East Brunswick just as patient as ever. And they're going to have to start fouling now.
Oh, I'll tell you.
That's about, what, the 7th or 8th time Megan O'Neill's been traveling?
No, seriously.
You know, I don't know what more to say. Maybe she shouldn't be handling the ball tonight. Just one of those nights for her. She is an excellent player.
Well, you got to question the travel. If it's a little something she's doing, you got to find out what it is.
Ball rolls up. It won't go in, however.
And Oriole with a big rebound.
This is O'Neal. I'll tell you what, if O'Neal travels anymore, they're going to have to award her frequent flyer miles.
I'll tell you. And the Bears taking some time off the clock right now, Jim.
Minute and a half. I'd say this game's over, Phil. 13-point lead.
Good movement by the
move.
Bears, I'll tell you.
Now they foul her.
Okay, a necessary foul. Miller had to foul her, and she's telling her coach, and that's 4 on Miller, as Jill Kinney will go to the line to shoot 2.
And how many points does Jill have?
Jill doesn't have any tonight, but I'll tell you this, she had 11 in the quarterfinals, Jim. 11 big points and whatnot. Jill Kinney can score when she has to. It's just with this team, she doesn't have to. She's a defensive player and a floor leader.
And I know her parents very well, and they're quite proud of her.
And they rightfully so. And a big hand for Miller as she comes out of the game.
Looks like Tony is throwing in the towel here. Both Dilgard and Miller leave the game.
And we got Tiffany Tobe coming in. And I tell you, nice of Tony Maglione to pull his players out to get a hand. After all, they are the Somerset County champs. They are the regular division champs, and the Bears are doing the same with Gio Oriole and Megan O'Neal coming out of the game right now. And I tell you, if you're playing at this time of the year, Jim, you deserve a hand no matter what's going on.
That's correct.
And here we come, and that's Barrett, who was the hero the other night against Old Bridge, coming out the game for a well-deserved hand as well. And Jill Kinney will shoot 2.
Okay.
First one's a little off.
She makes the second.
Okay.
And it's 49.
And they're calling Captain Jill out of the game as well. And Carney gives her 5.
Fine effort by Jill Kinney.
I'll tell you, the only starter left in the game is Stephanie Little, and you can expect to see her come out very shortly, Jim.
Would love to get a status report on Oshesky, but I don't think that's going to be available, obviously. Minute 19 left to go. 50-36 is the score.
And
knocked away nicely by by Hagen.
And again, knocked away by number 31 for the...
And here come some more players for East Brunswick. Okay, that's number 15. That's Vicky Fisher getting ready to come in. Lee. Under a minute now.
And Bears again, once again, taking time off the clock. That's all they want to do right now.
And Bridgewater obliging. Lee to the basket, and she's hit.
She is fouled.
I think that was Homechko.
That's right, Katie Homechko on the foul there, as Carol Lee will go to the line to shoot 2.
And here comes Fisher.
And here comes Stephanie Little.
Boy, what a game by Stephanie Little, huh?
Super game by Stephanie Little.
18 points to lead both teams in scoring. And boy, we said a lot about her.
Well, we saw how she
come
developed.
on.
That's the thing about it. You saw during the year how she developed, and it just, again, it's got to be comforting to know you're going to have her back.
And Lee.
Carol Lee's first points of the night.
Right, she registered her first points.
Carol Lee had 6 points in the quarterfinal.
All right, a couple players coming in for the Panthers. We don't have their numbers. Don't bother looking. You didn't give them to me.
Okay, Homechko comes out, and
Lee not good on the second. So the score is 51-36. All right, Phil, note handed to me that it just appears at this point that Jessica's ankle is sprained. But I'm sure they're going to look at it.
Well, I tell you, Phil Hostler doing a good job getting that soft cast on it and putting her in, getting her off her feet right away.
51-36, East Brunswick. And looks like they have a jump ball. I believe the possession arrow is...
Vicky Fisher doing the job, tying up the Panther.
East Brunswick gets it.
And you got Kelly Sikowicki coming in the game now. 5'6" sophomore. As Selena.
Nice game by Selena Hagen.
I'll tell you, Selena Hagen,
Right.
solid contributor.
Oh, excellent game. Only 2 points, but
Firestone in and out.
there's a foul. Looks like Fisher's going to have a chance to get in the book.
I'll tell you.
So we hear the Wild Punch.
The Wild Bunch, yeah. I'll tell you.
What a they were yelling to Carney is what they were. He acknowledges them. Both shots missed by Fisher. And ball goes over to Bridgewater Raritan. We have but 8 seconds left on the clock. This, you know, they really didn't. Once East Brunswick forged ahead by 10 points, or actually that by an 8-point halftime lead, Phil,
Yep.
they really never threatened that much after that. They tried.
They tried. They played hard, but they didn't, Jim.
And there you have it. Somerset County's best gets a dose of Middlesex
And
County.
I tell you, we want to see that, Jim, that cross-conference, cross-county stuff. You're right. The champions of Somerset County get it handed to them rather handily by the runner-ups of the Middlesex County tournament. And it says a whole lot about the quality of basketball in Middlesex County, Jim.
It really does, and that's going to end the season for Bridgewater Raritan as they close it up with a 20-3 record. Meanwhile, East Brunswick moves to 25-4 and headed to a meeting with you-know-who.
I'll tell you, Piscataway, and if you better get your tickets early. That place is going to be packed, and it's going to be an exciting game. And I tell you, this is one of the better games, if not the best game in a tough situation that the Bears have played. They hustled all over the court. They were hitting their shots. They were rebounding. They were playing against a much larger team, Jim.
Yeah.
And they just look like they're ready to go. If, in fact, Jesse Oshesky can be okay and whatnot, the way they played today, they certainly will have better chances than they had the other 3 times that they played Piscataway.
And I know you also wanted to say a little bit about the seniors on the East Brunswick team. This will be the last time they play at this court.
Last time, really. I want to say something about the seniors. You're talking about Jill Kinney and Jill Oreo, who are the captains of this team. And they've been fine leaders by example and what they do out on the floor there. Jill Kinney, again, both of them named to the All-Red Division team by the coaches and whatnot. Jill Kinney, a great defensive player, and as I said, time and time again, a floor leader, a lot of intangibles that she gives. And Gio Oreo, what can you say? Just a very tough year for Gio. Gio has weathered the storm and come back to lead this team and give the stability and the maturity that a team like this needs to be where they are. There are only 2 teams left in Central Jersey for the finals right now, Jim, and East Brunswick is one of them. Again, a lot of credit to this team, a lot of credit to Reggie Carney.
And that's the thing that I wanted to underscore, Phil. We talked about the quality of these individuals this year, but I think you'll agree with me. This is not, compared to some of the other teams of the past, this is certainly not one of the best individual teams that East Brunswick's had. But look at their record, 24-4. Those 3 losses come to Piscataway. So much of the credit has to go to Reggie Carney.
Again, as I said, they've only lost to 2 teams in the state.
Yeah.
One was rated number 2 at the time in the state, and maybe the very best team in the state, Piscataway, and Red Bank Catholic, who was rated very highly in the state, in the top 5 in the state, certainly at the time there. So no shame there. Reggie Carney has done a marvelous job with this group of athletes.
All right, so I also want to give my thanks to Pete Catamessa and Dave Ambrosi. The
onside technicians.
Who do a wonderful job every time we telecast here, and tonight was no exception. So the final score in the Central Jersey Group 4 championship, East Brunswick 51, Bridgewater Raritan 36. We have learned that the game between the Bears and Chiefs will be played on Tuesday. Okay, so we'll be able to get out there and see that one. All right, that's going to do it. Final score 51-36. For Phil Hill, this is Jimmy Allinder saying thanks for being with us.